Aloha and welcome to Showcase Hawaii, Hawaii's only home shopping show. I'm Wayne Nunez.
And I'm Lori Nunez.
We have a great show for you today.
I'm excited about these bracelets because
It's a great deal.
It's such a great deal, but
Yeah.
it's a great look.
Yes.
And I can see all ages wearing these bracelets. They're so beautiful. I can't believe the price when these are freshwater pearls.
The other thing about this is it's one of those things that, like you said, anybody could wear, but it almost is a elevated version of, you know how the kids are wearing like the string ones,
like friendship
or
type bracelets,
or rubber ones, the
right.
cheap colored ones.
Right,
and
right.
there's, I mean, they have a lot of sentimental value, but you want to up your game a little. And I think this ups your game. So our Lokahi Gemstone and Freshwater Pearl bracelets, they come in a set of two. So you get a set of two. You can choose which colors you want, and there's 4 different styles. They look good paired together. They look good as a single bracelet.
Oh yeah, a lot of people love to stack the bracelets, but what you just said made me think of something that might be a fun idea. So, like you were saying, a lot of people like to wear bracelets, or a group might wear it. So you might have a group of friends, you might have a group that's traveling, you might be celebrating like a family reunion. You know, a lot of people take family trips and do a family reunion.
Yep.
So it could be where everybody is wearing this bracelet. They don't have to all wear the same color, but it could just be the same style. That might be kind of fun.
And there's a lot of different, I mean, there's 7 pearls on here. So if you
Right.
have 7 people in your group,
Right.
or you know somebody that likes the Lapis, which is that blue that you see
I love
on
that beautiful deep
screen.
blue.
Yeah, it's very deep and it reminds me of a deep blue ocean. But as I said, we have 4 styles. That's the Moonstone paired with the Lapis.
Right.
You can choose whatever combination you want, or maybe you want 2 of the same color. You can do that too. But those are all the 4 colors we have right now, and you're gonna love it. Either whatever color you get,
Right.
if you have a favorite color, or maybe one of those happens to be your birthstone.
Exactly.
Because
I was
it
thinking
might
that.
fall within that.
Well, I like the stainless steel clasp and that it's adjustable. You know, adjustable makes all the difference, especially when you're gift giving. You don't have to worry about figuring out their size or knowing their size.
That's key.
And it was funny, I just had a customer, you know, she wrote in and she was saying, oh, you know, the bracelet, do I have to just make it come right over my knuckles? But I said, no, these are great because you can adjust it.
Well, we have customers all the time asking things like that. Some customers don't like to talk on the phone, which I could see that. They just want to kind of write us.
Oh,
and
it's
they want
easy
to
to text sometimes.
it.
So
Well, yeah, and this generation, I'm the same way.
true.
You know, but this generation, and as we evolve in technology, people like to message us. And that's a great way to communicate with us. So a lot of you people, including myself, well, I don't really like to talk on the phone. I'm kind of like the generation now that I'd rather text. But even so, I think if I text this person, then I'm never going to be able to get anything done because they're going to keep texting.
Well, I think we have to explain though, because unless you have someone that's younger in your family or that you interact with, they don't like to call each other now.
No, they don't
So-
even like to.
So like you say, oh, why don't you give them a call? What? No, we don't call, you know? It's so funny. And so back to what you're saying, it's a different type of relationship. You could know someone but just not have phone conversations, which seems so different.
But you could, I mean, we get so many people that like to just send a gift, not for a special occasion, but out of the blue. And that's what I
love
really
that.
like.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I don't need to say anything. I don't need to put a note. I just want to send it to them.
Yes, I get a lot of people who say the same thing. I guess they just want the gift to go out.
It's
but
like a ninja gift. But they see the address where it's coming from.
Well, no, they'll tell me, oh, I'm going to call them anyway. And
That's
then they'll
true.
know they're expecting it. Or...
But I'm always like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Let's sing.
Let's at least put a little something.
Yeah, a little aloha from the shores of Waikiki. I kind of embellish a little.
Well, sometimes if somebody says grandma, I'm like, well, don't you have to say which one you are?
That's true.
Which grandma, so they know?
Some have 4 grandmas or 5 grandmas.
But I guess maybe it could be they're the only grandma from Hawaii.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So if you don't want to put a note, you don't have to. We're not going to twist your arm.
We're not going to make you.
We're not going to make you, so you don't have to do that.
No, but I do have a lot of people who are like, oh, that's good. Yeah, say that. Write that. Oh, that's nice. And I actually sometimes feel like I get to say what they want to say, what they've been wanting to say for years. But
I don't think so.
But
I mean,
I get to write it for them.
So you're going deep with them without their knowledge.
No.
Or you're bringing out the true essence of what they want to say deep down in their heart.
Like maybe it's not that easy for them to say love you or thinking of you or something like that.
So you help them out.
But they say it to me.
That's true.
Love you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, as Lori was saying earlier, to be able to adjust this to any size is really great. And you could see there's about 2 inches of chain in which you can adjust this to fit. When you're wearing it on your wrist in multiples too, you don't necessarily want them to be the same length because as your wrist goes up or as it goes up, you may want it to stagger and fall differently. So that's what's great about it. But I think the accents of the gold beads in between the pearls, along with the colors in the gemstones, they really complement each other. You can't go wrong on how you mix and match this.
Right.
Because it's going to match any way, any pair that you combine together.
Yeah, I like that it can be casual, but it can also be dressy. It really works with a lot of outfits. I'm just thinking through how well this could go with everything. And again, you don't have to be wearing blue to wear the blue one or wearing purple to wear the purple one. It can be complementary colors.
Well, with the pearls too and the gemstones, you could, if you have gold jewelry, it'll look beautiful with that. If you have silver jewelry, it will still go.
Right.
This is a set of 2 for that great price, and you're going to get free shipping. We're going to stick them in neat little organza bags, so you don't have to worry about finding something to put it in.
Well, people like that, especially if they're traveling or, even if they're just they need to take it off for a little bit. It's nice to put it into that bag rather than just dropping it in. Well, women know this. You don't want to just drop it in your purse.
Right. You'll never find it, especially if you drop it in Lori's purse.
Except I have a lot of pockets.
Yes.
So that helps.
Yes.
Or you have a little case that you put it in or something like that.
The other great thing about these gemstones, they're cut in a way that it's faceted.
I like
so
that.
It catches a light.
Yes.
But also we combine different colors, light and dark.
I noticed that too.
So it's not one color going through. It's light and dark and different variations.
It really adds dimension.
It does add a lot of dimension.
It does make it look more expensive, I think.
Yeah, I also agree with that.
And then catches the light.
Plus it would be different if it was string or whatever.
Which we've seen.
Right.
Yes.
Or a chain, even if it was a chain. It might look nice, but this really elevates the game.
Yeah.
These are not plastic beads. They're actually little gemstones fashioned in a bead. And then they're strung together on this beautiful bracelet. And it's going to be a hit whoever you give it to. And it's a set of 2, which is a bonus. It's easy to order. You can give us a call at 888-965-7467.
Or 808-892-3337.
Or if you want to log on, you can log on to www.showcasehawaii.tv. It's very easy to order. We feature 5 new shows per month.
Yes.
And you can see all those new shows on the homepage, and you could rewatch them. You could go back to old shows on our YouTube channel. we are there for you, live people, customer service, real people. So give us a call or log on.
This is our beautiful double Miley design that you're looking at.
Now,
it's stunning.
This particular one was created for a customer that wanted to give a gift, but that wanted something special. So we talked to the engravers, we got the name, and then he was saying, I could do the Miley, but I want to do, why don't we do it as a double Miley?
I think because this was a wider bracelet.
Exactly.
15 or 20 millimeter. Right?
Now, this is not the $249 price. This was a special one that we had made.
But we're just showing you some varieties
right.
of different designs.
So you could go from our 6 millimeter, which is at the $249 price, all the way up to 20 millimeter, which if you call or you log on, you can see there's a lot of add-ons. Because these are custom, it's hard to give you an exact price. But let's say, for instance, you got a 6 millimeter and you wanted a black or raised gold for the name, and you didn't want any engraving at all on the inside,
right?
Then it's going to be $249. So if you want to add engraving on the inside, it's just $15 more.
So this is a
$15.
good example of a simple design. You've got a straight edge. You see there's a flower, plumeria flower, on either side of the name, and then you see that you've got that princess scroll design going around. And then this is a cutout design. You can see the edge is cut out instead of straight.
Yeah, a lot of people are confused on that.
Right.
So the cutout design actually follows the...
it's as though you were cutting out the shape of the flower.
Exactly. And you can see it all the way around. It's carried all the way around throughout the design. This is the one that Lori's wearing.
And the one that you're looking at. So it's got that cutout. They cut out along the scroll design. They cut out that shape. A lot of people really love that. And we call it a cutout scallop look because it kind of reminds me of lace when you have lace cut out along the design.
Now,
that's the way I think of it.
Right. Now, I want to point out, these are hand engraved. All that engraving around that you see, the flowers, that scroll work, they're hand engraved. And as this is turning, you can see the light. You don't have to get ku'uipo, but ku'uipo means sweetheart in Hawaiian. And a lot of people like to get ku'uipo, but a lot of people like their personal names.
Here's an example of the different widths. Many of you who have ordered bracelets in the past, you're familiar with this. And then we're showing you this close-up again of the different
styles.
Hawaiian scroll designs. So princess is very popular. You've got that Miley, and then you've got heritage. They're all very popular. It's just what you're looking for. This again is a straight edge. You've got the flowers on either side, and each one will be unique to the name that you're putting it on and how he's going to cut it out.
Now, can I point out this particular one has a long name, and we can put that on the bracelet. That's at no extra charge. So depending on how long your name is, as long as it can fit on the bracelet, we could do that. This is an example of raised gold next to the black enamel.
Yes.
And somebody has kind of two names, a middle, first and a middle. But you can see, I wanted to, in this particular shot, we handle all our jewelry with a white glove treatment. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
And I want to show you that beautiful, intricate hand carving around the whole perimeter of the bracelet. It's really stunning when you look at it. But a lot of times we have these static shots.
Right.
But I wanted to show you all around the bracelet. It's carved, and that's what's really unique and what's really beautiful. Now, people ask all the time, can I put a honu, or can I put something special?
Right.
But you can see what makes this special is the engraving on the inside of the bracelet,
which is $15, 15 additional, just to put that special engraving, which I think has so much meaning, and people love that, and they really cherish that for forever. to be able to see that you have that engraving on the inside and to be able to read that from you.
Now, these are all created locally by a master engraver. We've been doing this for several years. A lot of people are concerned about the gold plating over the silver, but we haven't had any problem. Another thing is you never want to use silver cleaner on a gold plated bracelet,
Right.
because it's two different,
Right.
it might have a chemical reaction. So all you have to do to keep these clean is to wipe it with a soft cloth, or maybe if it's very dirty, you can get a soft cloth and a soft brush and put it in warm water and maybe 1 or 2 drops of a mild liquid detergent, dish soap, and then you could clean it like that and then just wipe it clean.
But I think you'll find that you really don't.
Right.
It does not need a lot of care.
It
You
doesn't.
just want to, if you're not going to wear it, wipe it with a soft cloth. And then to protect it from the humidity of the islands, then you just want to put it in a plastic bag and seal it.
Yes.
That's all. It's very, very simple.
Well, a lot of the sunglasses come with these microfiber cloths.
Yes.
That works
That
too,
works.
which works really well. But we've had so many orders with so many unique and beautiful names, and some people put just, as I said,
Oh, this
some
is a long
amazing.
engraving, right?
She believed, and you could see on that particular engraving what somebody put in.
Right.
We have congratulations.
Right.
We have graduates receiving
Oh,
these.
this was interesting. So this customer wanted to put the first initials of the grandchildren. And so we did all capital letters, which they loved, and they actually gave it to their grandmother.
Yeah, and
which was
then
beautiful.
inside they engraved it.
And they put all the children's names
With the
because
little
there
heart.
there wouldn't have been enough room on the outside, but they are separated by hearts. That's really pretty. I love that.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to ask, because if we can do it, then we'll ask we'll have the engraver do it.
Right, and we want to make it special for you, and we can even put 2 names on it. So I thought that was really beautiful. And this is our raised gold.
Now I think this
design.
is a 20 millimeter, right?
Yes, that
It
was a very, very
substantial.
wide.
Yeah.
Right. And then this was 2 names. So you could do black enamel and put 2 names on the bracelet. And this is a cutout. Yeah, you can see the cutout design. Really pretty. It's so stunning. You know, that's why everybody seems to know what's going to have meaning and significance to them, whether it's an inside engraving or whether it's the name that they're putting on the outside.
Can I also point
Yes.
out? Yeah, let me point out, we have sterling silver too. So the base metal on this is 925 sterling silver. If you don't want it plated in gold, then keep it in silver.
Right.
Silver is stunning too.
Right. And so many people love the look of silver or only wear silver. So it's great to have that option. And you can see that it just looks so good.
Now, the decisions that you have to make when you're ordering one of these, actually it's quite easy.
Yeah.
You have to decide if you want raised gold
Right.
or black enamel,
Which scroll design?
which scroll, Princess, Miley, Heritage design. Then you have to decide if you want a straight edge or a cutout design, and you can see these are all cutout designs.
But we can walk you through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
yes.
it's a very simple process, and people actually find it very fun to be creating this custom design.
Now this particular person wanted
Yes.
honus.
And this is a straight edge with all honus. Now this one, someone wanted all plumarias, and we can do that for you.
And this one, somebody wanted all Miley leaf.
Right.
So depending on what you've seen out there, and maybe you have a friend that has one and you want to copy that, this particular person wanted Maui Sky on theirs. So they got that. They wanted a saying on theirs.
Right.
So they put this beautiful Hawaiian saying on theirs. So whatever's special for you or the person that you're giving it to, I would say turn that into the bracelet or create the bracelet. When you're looking, when I'm looking to design something, I start with the person
Right.
and then I work backwards.
Right.
So if you know the person's name, let's say, that's half the design. You can put that on the front. Or if you know the person has favorite saying.
Right.
Or maybe there's a special date.
And it's interesting because some people will put the first name, some people will put their last name, some people want the initials or a nickname, or as Wayne was saying, sometimes it's just a meaningful phrase. It may be just something that has meaning to you and the person, and I think that's really beautiful too. Looking for Hawaii-inspired items at affordable prices? Watch Showcase Hawaii at 6:30 a.m., 3 p.m., and 12:30 a.m. every day on Spectrum Channel 1016.
Now here's a look at more wonderful things we're offering for this month.
We've been getting a lot of requests for 14 karat gold. I think it has something to do with the price climbing so high.
Over $3,000.
An ounce.
And
you would think that some people would then shy away from it.
No.
But I think they're just like saying, hey, this is a value I want to keepsake. I want to give my child or my mom or my aunt or my sister or whoever.
Plus, a lot of people are allergic to any other metal except for gold.
True.
Or at least they say that. Yeah, exactly. Now, we wanted to make this special.
I love
Not only are you going to get these are 14 karat gold Honu earrings. It's a cutout design. They have the little CZ at the top of the turtle shell or Honu shell. And the backings on these are screw backs, so you don't want to lose your gold, 14 karat gold earring. But we wanted to make it super special, so we added a little keepsake, and it's not that little actually, it's quite large. We added a keepsake that is going to come with the earrings. With every purchase, you get this enameled Honu, and it lifts up the shell. See that?
I love that.
You could put the earrings in there for safekeeping, but the detailing on the keepsake, the Honu keepsake, is amazing.
Yeah. It's a great idea because if you know someone or you yourself have a lot of jewelry, even a few pieces, if you wear it all the time, you kind of want it right there, but you don't want to just leave it on the counter and have it end up in the trash can by mistake on the floor or get it thrown away.
Lori knows this from experience. And our daughter too. But you want something that could hold it right maybe by the bedside. Or maybe you have somebody that's responsible. You could see it right on
somebody that is responsible.
You could see the screw back there.
I like that.
But you have somebody that, doesn't take it off and is responsible, and you don't have to worry about that. You can split up the gift. Keep the Honu keepsake for yourself.
Keep the keepsake.
Keep the keepsake. Keep it
or
with
give
you.
It to someone else.
Right.
But I think that's the best way. Now, our Puanani tropical pillowcases, it's a set of 2 because
they're vibrant.
We looked at it and we thought, okay, you're not going to only want one.
Right.
But the price is what you would pay normally for one. So it's an amazing deal that you get actually 2. And you can see that they complement each other because this one has a light background, and then you can see the one right behind it has the darker background, but they're all in that same tropical, vibrant, beautiful shades of yellow, the pink red, the shades of green, and then you've got that nice light background.
Now the flowers on these pillowcases are super vibrant. If you want to add a tropical theme to your decor, get rid of those ugly pillows, or don't even get rid of them. You know what you do? These are cases. These are pillow covers.
Put it over.
So just stick that ugly pillow inside this pillow cover. Nobody will ever know. And it instantly dresses up your living room or your bedroom or out on the lanai, somewhere that you want to add a pop of color. And then you want it, when you look at it, it makes you feel happy.
Well, you can see the ginger, the hibiscus, the plumeria, and of course the ferns and the monstera leaves. And I just want to make sure you know the pillow does not come with it. This is the case.
Insert.
The insert. This is the pillow case that you can zip on and off. You can wash it. It's machine washable. And like you said, this is bringing aloha to all your friends and family on the mainland or really anywhere here in Hawaii. You would love to have this in any of your rooms.
Well, because it's a set of two and it's easy to swap out your pillows, it's going to change the whole look.
Right.
But if you're kind of, I don't know if I want to keep both. I'm going to give one to somebody. You keep one, give one to somebody else.
Because it just can be an accent.
Yes, it could be an accent, just
Right.
one pillow in the corner on a chair. But it's a great gift
Right.
for anybody that is from here or has visited.
We're super excited about our Hawaiian quilt new folding
Brand
umbrella.
new, yes. These are fresh off the umbrella train.
Well, so many great features. I don't even know if we have time to list them all. But let's start with easy to open, push button automatic opening and closing. Right there, there's the button. It's going to do it all for you. And then we've got a carrying pouch.
This is a lazy person's umbrella because it does do everything for you. It keeps you dry. It's windproof because it has vented panels on the top.
I know, that makes the air go through so it stays where it's supposed to stay
Right.
in the wind.
It won't carry you down the street
Right.
if there's like gale force winds.
Velcro strap and vibrant, beautiful colors and that wonderful Hawaiian quilt print design. Look at what it's like to be under this extra large, extra wide 45-inch canopy.
Now my shoulders aren't going to get wet when we're walking down the street. Now, if you're new to Showcase Hawaii or you're watching us for the first time, we've been featuring these probably over 12 years.
But not this design.
Not this design. We come out with a new design every year or so. The waterproof fabric just rolls the water off because a lot of people ask if it's waterproof.
I know.
And the other thing, it has an SPF of 30, which protects you. A lot of people like to wear these or use these in the sun. Easy.
Oh, here's the demo.
You push the button, it shoots up and opens. It's a beautiful wide canopy. It's going to keep you dry and shaded, and you're going to love this. And then when you're done, let's say you want to get in the car or you need to put it back in your bag, all you have to do is push the button again and it collapses.
Perfect.
It also shakes the water off, so you don't even have to do anything.
And you've got that fiberglass ribs, which makes it very strong.
And flexible too. You're going to love this, and we're having a special on these too. Well, we hope you were able to get in on one of these great deals today.
The ordering process is so fast and so easy, so log on to showcasehawaii.tv.
Thanks for watching.
Bye for now.